welcome everyone to my presentation about the Shopper's Guide, Generic and Brand Name. My name is Allison Buglan, and I'll be showing you examples of generic products as well as brand name products, and some facts about these products as well as a price list comparison at the end. So can anyone tell me what a generic product is?
Is it like the store's brand, like Ralph's peanut butter?
Yeah, like I have an example of Ralph's Raisin Bran. It's a product defined as a product, a type of food, drug, cosmetic, or etc. that's commonly marketed under a brand name but is not packaged with a brand name. So here I have an example of soda. This is not Coca-Cola, just regular plain cola. It's the brand Cola. And I'm sure there's also Dr. Pepper has a generic brand of Dr. K. And there's also pharmaceuticals, like I have a pill that's just generic. It's not a name, it's just a generic pill. And there's also food and clothing generic brands, as well as the store brands that she mentioned. There's Ralph's, Vons, Target, and as well as Walmart all have their own generic store brand. So some pros to buying generic products are that you save money. Generic products are usually a lot cheaper than their brand name complement, and everyone loves to save money. I love to save money, and usually I go to the grocery store and find whatever is cheapest. Another thing is that they are the same ingredients. Instances like pharmaceuticals, they're essentially the same ingredients in the pill, I want to say, but they do have a difference of fillers. Same with food products, they could have different fillers that the brand names don't necessarily have in their products. And also, it makes you feel good. Saving money makes you feel good. It makes me feel good. I love when I save money and find a bargain. I'm sure we go tell our friends, oh, I saved this much, or oh, I found this on sale. We like to brag about our bargain finds. And also, you don't sacrifice any quality with the products by buying generic products. Since they are essentially the same ingredients, they should be of same quality. And some facts are that Consumer Reports magazine found that generic products can be up to 30% less than the brand name products. And that's a huge number. Saving 30%, not even having to have the Target 5% back credit card, you save 30% by just buying the generic brand. Also, storage generic brands is a $5.5 billion industry. That is a huge number. That's a lot. So it's a really upcoming industry right now, especially for brands that have already been in the market, like well-known brands. They are depending on their consumer loyalty that they've had for many years to continue their sales. They've had to switch their marketing structure to brand versus generic as opposed to brand on brand marketing and competition. So like in the pharmaceuticals department over the past decade, the frequency and intensity of brand versus generic competition has grown dramatically. This is another example of having to switch your marketing structure to competition against the generic brands as opposed to only the brand versus brand competition. And I have a cute little cartoon. This lady says, "I'm dropping off prescriptions for both my dog and husband. Give brand drug only for my dog, generic is okay for my husband." We all care more about our dogs than our husbands. Sorry guys. And here's a few examples of products or brands that own their market. Google, Heinz Ketchup, Coca-Cola, Tide, Starbucks, these are all very well-known products. They run their market. They don't need to change their packaging to be more attractive. They don't need to worry about their sales dropping because of all these other generic brands or substitutes that have entered the market, because they're so well known. People have been buying them for years. For example, I have bought Crest toothpaste my entire life. My parents have bought Crest toothpaste it's kind of weird that you actually will buy and use the same toothpaste your entire life, and chances are your parents use the same one. Can anyone attest to that? Yes. Okay. So, I have a website that actually shows the best global brands in 2012. This was pretty interesting. Can anyone guess what the top brand is going to be?
Facebook?
No.
Is that a brand?
Yeah, I was going to think that too. It is.
No.
It's a good guess though.
Coca-Cola is
Apple.
actually the top brand, which is strange because Pepsi is the 22nd top global brand, so maybe that shows you the taste difference. There's also Apple is second, IBM third, Google fourth, and Microsoft fifth. And Facebook was actually 69th,
Nice.
which is strange because I feel like Facebook's really huge and everyone has a Facebook. So, but the 100th was Gap, I believe. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And once again, these are well-established brands that have been in the market for many years. And they also are counting on their consumer loyalty of having the same group of consumers purchasing their products for years and years. And this was another interesting thing I found. It is kind of a web of all the different brand names, the major ones, and then all of the other brands that they have underneath them. Like, how many people knew Nestle owns L'Oreal? I had no idea. Thought that was kind of interesting. As well as look at all of the ones under Coke and under Pepsi, like Pepsi and Quaker Oats. I had no idea that those were connected. So this is a pretty interesting web. And also, in recent years, many store brands, grocery stores, Target, Walmart have expanded to, even Target and Walmart have expanded to a produce department and food department now. So they have their own brands, like this is Walmart's Great Value. And it shows you just a variety of the different products that they are offering, as well as Vons' Organics brand, and as well my personal favorite, Target's Up and Up brand. And now I'm going to do a price comparison list for these various products that I have. I have a Dasani water bottle and the ever so popular Go Beach water. I'm sure everyone's bought one of those. There's the Kellogg's Raisin Bran, Ralph's Value Raisin Bran. This is Up and Up paper towels from Target, and this is the Bounty paper towel. And there's also Up and Up ibuprofen, 100 count, and Advil ibuprofen, 100 count. So I'm just going to write down the products and their prices, and then we're going to compare. So there's Bounty and Dasani. Raisin Bran and Advil. And here we're going to have the Up and Up paper towels, the Go Beach water bottle, Ralph's Raisin Bran, and finally the Up and Up ibuprofen. So the price of the Bounty was $12.39, and the price of the Up and Up was $10.19. Now, even though Consumer Reports states that it can be up to 30% less for this specific product, it was only 18% less, but it's still quite a lot to save. So the Dasani water bottle is $1.50, and the Go Beach is $1.25. This is a pretty small difference in price, but it's still actually 17%. And then the Raisin Bran is $4.99, and Ralph's was $2.99. This is a 44% difference in price, well over the 30% that Consumer Reports stated. So the Advil is a whopping $7.99, and the Up and Up was only $3.94. This one's my favorite. This is 51% difference, huge number compared to the 30%. So total these up. The grand total is $26.87, and the generic brand total is $18.37. And this actually, the difference between these numbers is about $8, and actually a 32% difference in price, which is, like Consumer Reports found, a 30% decrease in price for generic products compared to their brand name substitutes. Does anyone have any questions?
So for all products that are like generic, would you say the quality is the same?
I feel like it could be subjective, just because you can feel like, oh, this tastes better than, you know, the brand name, or, you know, she might say, oh, the generic tastes, or the brand name tastes better than the generic. But I don't know, it's kind of a subjective opinion.
The paper towel packs, did they come in like big packages?
Yeah, they were actually each sorry, I didn't say that. They were each 8-count giant rolls, and the ibuprofen was each 200 count, or 100 count, sorry. Any other questions?
And your favorite is Up and Up?
Yeah. I just feel like it's, I don't know, I like their quality of their products, and I feel like their price is always what I want it to be. Like, the $7.99 is pretty expensive for ibuprofen. I plan on returning that. Okay. Well, that concludes my presentation, so thank you for coming.